Welcome back, everybody, to the Let's Talk About It podcast.
We're here.
I am your host, Adrian Jimenez, here with also host,
Ryan Edquist.
also known as what in the UFC?
Jesus Christ.
I am Big Daddy.
You did it.
What's your nickname in that UFC game?
Oh, shit, I don't know. I would have also chose Big Daddy. I'm not going to cap to you.
What is the name? Ryan what?
Ryan Watterson.
Ryan Watterson and Adrian.
What's he? Yeah.
Adrian Hernandez.
Adrian Hernandez. Adrian Hernandez.
Yeah, they didn't have Jimenez in that game, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But you know what isn't ridiculous? This intro. So let's run it up.
We hit the jackpot this time.
Gorgeous intro. I enjoyed it. You enjoyed it. Spotify doesn't get to enjoy it. Fuck them.
Yeah, if you guys listen to the actual Spotify version of this, we shit on Spotify very hard.
Yeah.
But it's out of love. It's out of love. We love Spotify.
It's purely comedical because it's like we personally want Spotify to grow more than we want like YouTube to grow. No kizzy, just because the money's there early.
Yeah.
Merch coming soon though. Don't worry about it. This last week of games,
wait.
I almost jumped straight into the week.
You're just so anxious to talk about the Packers lost or what?
Yeah, no. I mean, it was unfortunate. It sucked. I was a little cranky after it. I'm not gonna lie, but I wasn't like pissed. You know what I mean?
There you go. All right, Weddle is here.
Jordan Love. Click it.
Oh, it was almost Jordan Love. John Brown, AFC offensive player who is probably a quarterback or tight end or running back.
Could be running back. Yeah. Position on the board. I'm thinking.
I would guess running back here.
Yeah, that's probably where I'd go as well. You want to go AFC running back? I mean, what about like Joe Mixon? He's kind of a little bit older. I'm thinking it's not going to go all the way down to like the youth of the league, you know?
Yeah, he's older. No, it's definitely Najee Harris. Okay, no, it's running backs. Najee Harris. All right, moving on. We're so good.
Oh, we're so good.
I'm running out of breath.
There it is. Go down one. Yeah.
Defensive player in the AFC.
Fuck Seattle. Very low number. Interesting.
Low.
So we could probably be thinking quarterbacks here.
It's a defensive player.
Well, that's right. Oh, that makes it more interesting.
Yeah, there has to be a DB.
No, there's definitely lots of linebackers in the league right now that have been wearing singles. You want to toss in? Oh, it's in the AFC, ain't it?
Derwin? No, he's too old.
How old?
He's number 3. Derwin's number 3 though.
I mean, you can toss Derwin in there just to we could get the general idea of a couple other places. James Derwin Jr.
Safety, number 3.
Oh, number 3 safety.
On the West. It's definitely not the East. It can't be the East. It has Javon's 8. Eric Rose 21. Jordan Poyer, his 20s. Who's the Jets safety? Whitehead?
I don't think.
I don't know. I don't know the number though.
I don't think so. I don't think
Patriots and the Patriots is McCourty, and he's number 31. So it's not. It can't be the East. It could be the North. Kevin, what number is Kevin? Oh, he's Kevin Byers is 31. Number 3. This has to be a stud. There's no way the backup wearing number 3.
Yeah, I mean, it would be. I'd be very upset if it was a backup. What about the South? I feel like the South might have
the South.
A little something here.
Brayshawn Jenkins.
I just don't know the South very well, if I'm going to be honest with you.
It's probably Houston.
That's what I'm saying. Let's
younger and he's a little shorter. Okay.
Number 3. This is throwing me off right now. I'm not going to capture you. Let's toss in. Fuck, man. I don't know.
Interesting.
This is hard.
This is hard.
Number 3.
My brain is firing.
My brain isn't firing. It's just. Safety's number 3. I'm just racking my brain for that specific thing, and I'm just not seeing anything.
Who's doing the Minecraft villagers?
Give me your carrots, bitch.
What?
They be trading shit, you know? Adrian, you know, that's something we need to do. We should just, like, get Minecraft on PS4 and just, like, create a world.
I have Minecraft.
I could totally get it. I'm thinking let's toss... I don't know. Let's just throw, like, a Raven in there. I don't know. Just off the top of my head. Throw, like, Marlon Humphreys or something. He's not a safety, but, like...
Yeah.
I just want the team or the division at least.
Marlon Humphreys. We are thinking hard. It's not the North.
Yeah, too much. So it's got to be the South, huh?
It has to be the South. It has to. There's no way. Unless it's, like, some guy I've never heard of. Oh, I know who it is.
Easy.
Fucking DeMar Hamlin.
Bro, you really said it's not the East.
It's not the
I said I was racking my brain, bro. Come on.
Yeah, he's got.
Oh my god. How is he just now the Weddle? Like, you think he'd be the Weddle
when
Tuesday,
he got hurt.
Wednesday, Thursday?
It's DeMar Hamlin.
Wow.
There's a hair in my screen. Anyways, all right. I feel like there's somebody screaming at the screen. Pick DeMar!
It's DeMar Hamlin! Bro, I have so much hair.
I do too. That's why I'm hiding it under this hat.
That's why I'm just whipping it out for all the world to see.
I could whip it out, but then we get demonetized.
We get demonetized.
All right. NFL slate of games.
NFL slate of games.
It is the end of the regular season.
Yep, as we know it.
As we know it, there will never be another regular season ever again. This was the last.
Last one ever. It's only playoffs from here on out.
Yep, every single NFL game from now on.
Adrian, I got a question for you, though.
I have an answer.
Are you ready for Super Wild Card Weekend?
Yes, sir, I am. The Dolphins are going to get shit on.
Shit on very badly. I am looking forward to watching it. Fuck the Dolphins. Dolphins.
Sound like dude from American Dad. Or you sound like Joe Swanson, bro. Hey,
Yeah.
Peter, are
Hey,
you ready to
Peter.
see the?
Are you ready for Super Wildcard Weekend, Peter? Anyways, though,
any of these games like good to talk about? Chiefs Raiders. The
Chiefs
Chiefs are
got
just
talked about it.
dancing.
They were fucking around,
They're
playing
just
with these.
dancing.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't have a starting quarterback, though. So,
Titans Jags. That was a very good game. AFC South Championship game. The Jags defense really stepped up where it mattered.
very good for them going into the playoffs.
Yeah, and the Titans really shit the bed at the end of the year.
Gotta love shitting the bed.
How many losses did they go in a row? 7? Yeah, they went on a 7-game losing streak at the end of the year.
That's shitty, bro.
That's really bad.
That's as bad as it gets. That's almost Dolphins bad. You know what I mean? Win 5 games, lose 5 games, win 3 games, lose 3
And barely beat the Jets.
games. Browns, Steelers.
Steelers.
Browns.
Didn't watch it.
Still bad. Steelers.
Mike Tomlin is still the
Above
GOAT.
500.
Winning record for the 18th year.
Yeah.
Bengals, Ravens. Lamar needs to come back because his team needs him.
His team been I don't want to say doing good without him, but they've been keeping their heads above the water without him, which is good. But I think you add Lamar to this team that has been, just barely floating, just keeping themselves up. I think they're going to be really good.
Yeah. Before we started this recording, they just signed Roquan Smith to the big deal.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
You want
Any
to know my
thoughts on
thoughts?
that, sir?
You want to know my thoughts? Lamar to Green
What are
Bay.
your thoughts?
Lamar to Green Bay.
I'm not mad at it.
It would be very fire.
You think Lamar would fit in that scheme?
I think the thing about Matt LaFleur is he could incorporate what he needed into his scheme. Because if you look at his scheme in a general idea, it's play action, short passing, deep shots. You know what I mean? Same thing as McVay does. You know what I mean? They came from the same created system.
Mm-hmm.
All you'd really have to do is add in maybe a couple quarterback runs, give Lamar the freedom to change the play to whatever he wants it to fucking be, and you have a Super Bowl team if you get a couple receivers. I mean, he has no one to throw it to right now, really. But
how much would you give Lamar? How much would you give Lamar a year?
A year? Yeah, I'd probably sign him to let me make sure that these numbers add up. See, I feel like this might be a little low, but I'd probably say 55 a year. You know what I'm saying?
55 a year?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
$55 million a year?
Yes.
You said that's low?
For Lamar fucking Jackson, bro.
How much does Rodgers make a year? 50?
Probably 48, maybe. Hold on.
That's these numbers are pretty low. Let's make him the highest paid quarterback of all time.
So
Rodgers makes 50 a year.
Hold on, let me look. So he technically makes 42 a year.
You said you give him 55 a year?
Yes, he's right in the prime of his career too.
I know,
You know what
but
I'm saying? After the first 4 or 5 years, after a quarterback is a rookie, if they are still playing well, which I personally would say Lamar is, he's had a couple injuries. It's been a slow year this year, but I don't think that's enough to bring down his value. And like I said, inflation, it only helps these dudes. You know what I'm saying? 55 a year it's a lot of money for sure. But you give him that money and you're telling him, I know you're the guy. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think Lamar's totally worth that money, especially since he's the running game. He's the passing game. He threatens everything all the time. It's just impossible.
I wouldn't say 55. If me, I would. I'm not. I'm okay. I'm not disagreeing with you that he's
Mhm.
literally one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now.
Yeah,
I love Lamar. He's my favorite quarterback, but I would give him probably around 35 to 38 a year. I feel like that's where most teams would give him.
I just feel like that's putting him
He deserves more.
out of the elite quarterback
That's that.
conversation.
That is elite quarterback money though.
Mm, I feel like you got to be like 40, 45 plus. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold up. All right,
Not a lot of teams have that kind of money though.
hold on.
A team like the Ravens, who's always in debt in the cap space,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is it's like I'm saying if he leaves, you know what I mean? Like I don't think the Ravens are going to be able to pay him what he's
they're
worth.
not. That they
All
just
right,
signed.
Josh
Well,
Allen, 43 million per year.
okay, just look up highest paid quarterbacks a year.
45 for Patrick.
Hmm. He got like $100 million or $500
Yeah.
million, some shit like that.
Okay. So Aaron Rodgers 50, Russell Wilson 49, Kyler Murray 46, Deshaun Watson 46. I feel like these names that I'm saying, like literally 3 out of the 4 names I just said, not
Lamar's
elite
better than.
quarterbacks. Yeah. Russell Wilson, Lamar is probably 100 times better than Kyler Murray. I mean, Lamar is Kyler
Just a
Murray, but
taller
not
version.
short. Yeah. Deshaun Watson, like, come on. Come on. Then you got Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Derek Carr at 40, Dak Prescott at 40, Matthew Stafford at 40, Kirk Cousins at 35, Goff at 33, Wentz, Carson freaking Wentz at 32 million. Matt Ryan at 30 million. I feel like quarterbacks are so overpriced right now that the next quarterback to get paid is going to get 55 million, and if it's not Lamar, then it's nobody.
It's gonna be Brock Purdy. No, okay. Just looking at those numbers now, that probably makes more sense why you said 55. I'd probably give him.
I think 55 might be a little high. You know what I mean? I might have
I
highballed
would
it a
say
bit.
I would say 47 for Lamar.
Yeah, I think he definitely needs to jump into the top 3 for sure.
Yeah, he's one of he is an offense. Like you can put him anywhere.
Yeah, and as long as he has someone to throw to, he's going to be extremely successful.
He doesn't even need like a Tyreek or a
Yeah,
Devontae. He needs a Amon-Ra St. Brown or
yeah.
he
You
needs
know,
a
like when he had Hollywood, you know what I mean? Like they were
yeah.
extremely successful together.
Hollywood had like a 1200,000 or 1200 a year
Yeah, exactly.
in Baltimore because they just that was his target.
Right. Vikings
All right,
versus the Bears. Vikings clap cheeks.
this game didn't matter at
The
all.
Viking the
Bears.
Viking fans after last week they were flabbergasted. After this week being the 3 and what 13 Bears,
Bears.
they now think that they are going to the Super Bowl.
They got the number one pick.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
with it. I mean, I haven't looked at like
I think they trade down.
that
They
kind of
don't.
stuff.
They don't need that pick.
I mean, it depends on who's popping out. Don't you quarterback? They can use receiver. Maybe some O line help if there's a big O line name. They could
I
take that.
I feel like they trade down, but they trade down to still be in the top 10, but
But
around
imagine
7 and
imagine
8.
this though. Imagine there's like let's say like an Aiden Hutchinson type pass rusher, like slated or a Nick Bosa like pass rusher. Because there's been those every year the past couple of years. Imagine there's one of those. If you're the Bears, are you trading down or are you taking that big time
But
pass rusher that's going to change your defense a little bit?
the defense isn't the problem though; it's the offense.
Yeah, no, their offense is definitely the problem, but I don't think their defense really helps them a lot. I think they got a good secondary. I think their front seven is very extremely lackluster.
Yeah, but if they go in the draft and take a Nick Bosa type player, that's not getting Justin Fields any help.
Yeah, but that's only
Unless
one
they
pick.
unless
I
they
mean,
go in
you can go into
unless they
free
go into free
agents.
agency unless they go
Yeah,
into free agency and they just ball out,
yeah.
then they can take that pick.
And see, the thing is like to help Justin Fields, I don't think you need to go crazy. I think you need a couple pieces on the O line and someone to throw to.
Yeah, if you get him like a one really good offensive lineman and then a couple decent ones,
Hmm.
and then just get stat goblins.
Yeah. Well, like,
That's
and
it.
you can even look at like how the draft has gone the past 4 years. I mean, receivers, the best receivers have been coming out of the second and the third.
Yeah.
You don't. I mean, last year the first round was pretty stacked and decent with receivers, but before that, I mean, you were getting DK, you were getting Debo, you were getting Ayuk, all in the second or third. Um, who else?
St. Brown was.
Yeah, Amon Ra. Yep, exactly. I mean, you were getting lots of extremely talented receivers later.
Yeah, T
So I
Higgins
mean,
was a second round pick too.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Later
Be
in
an
the
option.
draft,
And this is
was
also a
getting more
stacked
relevant.
wide receiver draft.
Yeah,
Stacked. More stacked than last year. And I thought last year was one of the most stacked in a lot of years.
but like the what was I gonna say? I feel like getting later in the rounds now is getting more relevant than it used to be. Usually,
Yeah.
like those late pick rounds, you'll be like, "This is just someone that I
He's a
want to
backup.
draft," and
He's a backup. Hopefully he can develop.
he can develop. His 7th round pick, he can probably develop. Now it's like, I'm gonna find a gem in this bitch.
Right? Because, like, I mean, you look at Rodrigo, you know what I'm saying? Dude, for the Lions. What was he, sixth or seventh? I can't remember, but he was one of the two late round picks. Bro literally started from training camp. He came in, was a dog, and they were like, God damn. Well, here you go, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's so much talent in football right now that it's like, it's so easy to slip through the cracks and become a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh round pick, even undrafted. Happens a lot more often than it used to.
Yeah.
Bills versus the Patriots.
Majors, yeah. Naeem Hines, MVP of the year or the week.
MVP of DeMar Hamlin's heart.
Yeah,
Puts him on his back.
crazy. Thank you, Bills, for being the Patriots. We definitely needed that.
Bro, you guys are ass. 6-11, bro. I did not look at the score of the game, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That's gross.
I saw a thing that says only the Dolphins can pull out a playoff berth with a score like that.
Yeah.
It was just field goals, field goals, field goals, field goals, field goals, field goals, and then a safety at the end.
Jeez.
But yeah.
Buccaneers, Falcons, no talking about
Skylar Thompson, he did what he needed to do. I think the only savior of our team, like if you go look at the stats, he only had one rush, and it was Savon Ahmed. Savon Ahmed saved our ass. We were at like the 40-yard line, and Jason Sanders has been absolute garbage from 50 plus this year, and that would have been like a 56-yard field goal. And then Savon Ahmed, it was like second and whatever, and he just goes off. He just rushes for 7 yards, and that 7 yards put us in the field goal range, and it hit Jason Sanders hit. So Savon Ahmed, MVP of that game. I don't care what anybody.
I think Raheem Mostert needs so many more touches.
Yeah,
than he gets.
He only had 11, but he also hurt his thumb halfway through that game. So.
Yeah, but still, I feel like I've seen way too many games where Raheem Mostert all of a sudden is just cooking dudes.
Yes,
and they're just like, yeah, let's in here. Like what? No, we're good. The fastest person in the NFL with the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Mike McDaniel likes to abandon the run game a lot because he has Tyreek and Waddle.
Yeah,
why their numbers are so high this year. Anyways, Bucks, Falcons. Game makes no difference toward anything.
Yeah. It's crazy that the Falcons won by that much. Saints, again, nobody gives a fuck. Not even gonna talk about it.
Texans, Colts, tank off. Texans really blew their chance to get the number 1 pick.
Yeah, literally. I mean, when a team scores 31 on you, that's literally your opportunity to say, perfect, we'll score 24 and act like we tried really hard.
Yeah.
But then still lose and get a good pick. Like what?
But the Colts were also tanking too, so it was just a tank. It was just a tank off. Now it's like the Texans got the 2 pick, Colts got the 3 pick, Bears got the 1 pick. I don't know. Niners, Cardinals.
I thought the Colts were going to be better than they were this year.
Everyone did. Just because they were this close to a playoff berth last year. And then you upgrade from Carson Wentz to Matt Ryan.
And Matt Ryan
was just a downgrade.
He's an old man. Down to his fucking do shit, bro.
I don't know.
Football, bro. It was disgusting. Every game I watched, because I was
It
like,
was bad.
yeah, I was like, the Colts are going to be decent this year. I think they got a chance. All of a sudden, Matt Ryan steps up there.
Look at this.
Yeah, exactly.
My
Throws
AFC
a
South
negative yard
predictions: Titans, Colts, Jags, Texans. The Texans get last. They did. Okay. They were right here, and they were right here. I hate this. Football is stupid.
Football doesn't make sense sometimes, but it's at the same time, back, it's like, okay, yeah, Matt Ryan. Yes, we.
Yeah, now I think I've seen a bunch of people say that the Colts are just renting quarterbacks. They're
That
gonna
never
get
works out.
Derek Carr to the Colts. Niners, Cardinals.
Oh.
Niners,
49ers,
Cardinals.
third best team.
JJ Watt's last game ever.
Fuck him, bro. I as fuck. Saying that JJ Watt was the greatest of all time, because like he was in that conversation. To all of a sudden, completely washed. No one gives a fuck about him. He's not even the best. Now at rushing the passer. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think that's absolutely insane.
He's a Hall of Famer though. I don't care what fuck anybody says.
Yeah. Absurd.
Yeah, like if you he has 113 tackle or sacks. And then he has 3-time defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
2010 all decade team.
That's more than like
franchises.
40 per. Yeah, no, that's more than 40% of like Hall of Famers in the Hall of Fame right now. Probably like more than like 80% actually.
Yeah. Cowboys, Commanders.
Legend.
Dak Prescott.
Big L for the Cowboys. You know what I mean? Big L.
I don't know what's happening over there, Dak. That turnover game in the playoff.
Yeah, no, he really does need
huge
to
debate about
turnovers.
It's gonna like he's gonna throw like 2 picks in their playoff game against the Bucks, and they still might win. But then like people are
just gonna talk about it. Yeah,
people are gonna be like, "Oh, is Dak gonna be the quarterback next year? Or are they gonna start Cooper Rush?"
Cooper Rush. That cracks me up.
Seahawks, Rams.
Seahawks. This was close at the end.
Jalen Ramsey really dogged them. 2 of them. Yeah, 2 of them. Did you see that one pick by Quandre Diggs though? They were throwing a corner, and he faked like he was gonna go out and get the out route, and then he stepped back and then caught it over his shoulder without even looking at the ball. And then as he's like mid celebration, he points at Bobby Wagner, and he was like, "Bye." It was so funny. People were like, "Oh, his field awareness is 100% because he caught it, and like as he was landing, he points at Bobby Wagner." It was beautiful.
Yes. They almost didn't win this game though.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been ideal. I'd rather have seen Detroit in there than the Seahawks. Okay.
Yeah, me too. I think everyone was.
Yeah. Giants, Eagles though.
God, why am I so freaking tired? It's 1:00. Okay.
I'm just yawning, bro. I need some substance, some nutrition.
I'm probably gonna make some oatmeal. Eagles, Giants.
Jalen Hurts came back this week.
Giants versus the starters.
Yeah.
Nothing really to talk about there.
Right.
Broncos, Chargers. Chargers should have rested their starters. I don't know why the balls they were starting Mike Williams. Now he's injured. He probably won't even play this game.
That's tough.
Yeah. They pulled Herbert in like the 3rd quarter, but whatever.
Yeah.
Lions, Packers. Sad times.
Unfortunate loss. You really just gotta. Aaron Rodgers was turning it on the second half a little bit, but we needed more production other than field goals out of the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad times for the Packers.
Aaron Rodgers is gone. Bryce Young next season. plus Lamar, and we'll still keep Jordan Love. So we're gonna be set at quarterback next year.
Oh, I saw. I put in our group chat for the fantasy.
hmm
I said after the Packers lost, I was like, I think this is the first time in my life the Packers didn't make the playoffs and the Dolphins did.
Probably is.
Yeah, it
The
is
Dolphins are
definitely.
ass.
Yeah, but we're not gonna make it far. All right, then we go to the
All right.
playoffs. Wild card, super duper wild card.
Wild card weekend. Seahawks 49ers.
Hold on. Seahawks, Sea Chickens, 49ers.
Sea Chickens and the 69ers. I'm going
Who you got?
69ers all the way.
Two,
I think it's a
but
molly-whopping.
I
They're
do
winning
too.
15 to 20 points.
But I
But
hope the Seahawks compete and two win.
if Gino takes it, he's officially the MVP of the league.
Yeah, if Gino takes if Gino takes that win, he's the greatest quarterback to ever play in Seattle.
Yeah, that'd be fire. Yeah, greatest ever to play in Seattle. They haven't had any good quarterbacks, right?
Never. Chargers Jags. I think this is going to be the game of the week.
Yeah, this shit gonna be fire.
Two evenly equal teams. It's prime time. Everything's kind of prime time.
You know what's crazy? This is the battle of the early overrated teams.
Mhm.
Chargers, everyone was like, they're going to the Super Bowl for sure. Best team in the NFL. Wow. Week 4, Jaguars, best team in the NFL.
Mhm.
These guys are insane. Chargers,
Wow.
Jaguars, AFC Championship. Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a great game. I'm excited. Two of the greatest people to have hair in the league.
Oh, they do have hair.
Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence, both of their hairstyles are luscious.
Very Caucasian. I'm going with the Jaguars, though.
I'm gonna go with the Chargers. I think the Chargers pull this off. Now here's
Take
what
the Bills.
I will too, but
Oh, that's funny.
I hope Tua plays. I hope we play everyone
Mm-hmm.
because
Hope you guys rest your starters for next week.
Okay, Giants Vikings.
Giants.
You're gonna take the Giants.
Yeah. I thought about this for a while, and at first I was like, yeah, I think the Vikings are going to sneak out. But I feel like, I don't know. Man. I just don't know if the Vikings have any sort of defense, even to stop a team without an offense.
I think the Vikings win here. But this is realistically the only team they can beat in this playoffs right now.
Yeah.
I think the Vikings, if they play anyone else, if they would have played the Niners, not Chargers, if they would have played the Niners, the freaking Seahawks, the Cowboys, or Bucks,
Buccaneers.
Any of those teams they lose to. But the Vikings or the Giants are the only team the Vikings beat in this playoffs.
Yeah.
They get one win, then they play the Niners or Bucks or Cowboys or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They lose. This is the only playoff win they have.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't even think they win this one.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't win this one, but I think they pull it off.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be another one possession game, you freaking frauds.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they're going to lose, though. Sorry. Luck's running dry for them. You can't win every one possession game. At some point, the clock's going to take the other way.
Yeah.
Ravens versus Bengals, though.
I think everyone's going to go Bengals here.
I think a lot of people are going to go Bengals. I'm going to go Ravens, though. If Lamar plays, if he doesn't play, I'm taking the Bengals.
So, okay. Well, we'll change that depending the news. I tried to put in Bengals and I put in bagels.
Bagels? Motherfucker is hungry right now.
I am starving. I haven't eaten anything all day. Cowboys, Buccaneers.
Cowboys.
I'm going Cowgirls.
Ooh.
Oh,
It's
I
my
love it.
favorite, if you know what I'm saying. I prefer
So
the reversed version though.
you like Cowboys?
Cowgirls.
Yeah, so we're both going Cowboys there. I think Tom Brady, this is his last year.
Yeah.
His last
He,
game. This is gonna be
he
the last game.
hasn't been he hasn't been that guy.
Yeah.
I think it's the end of an era, you know what I mean?
It is, sadly. Hate him. As much as you hate him, you can always appreciate what he's done for this.
You hate us cause you ain't us.
You can hate us because you ain't us. All right. I think that's
Alright, what was that
it
thing
for
we were
the
gonna talk
football.
about?
Boys in blue. So
Boys in blue, that shit is
we can
fire.
we can explain this to them. So you discovered it first. How did you discover it?
So I'm on a football team, you know what I'm saying? And
Hence the jerseys behind you.
yeah, a lot of the dudes on the team are from like the Minneapolis area,
Yeah.
right? And so
You were born in Duluth, right?
yeah.
So I thought.
And so a bunch of dudes or Josh, my home super
Tall
cool
dude.
dude. Yeah, tall as fuck. He just like walked up and he's like, "Hey bro, you got Showtime?" I was like, "Nah, I can see if my girl does." Texted her, she didn't. He was like, "All right, well let's watch this episode on YouTube of this show." He's explaining it to me. Spoiled the whole thing because I like stuff getting spoiled for me. You know what I'm saying?
Why? It's not fun.
Because then I can like look at the details of shows while I'm watching it. You know when you watch a show for the second time,
You find things you never
yeah,
saw the
and
first
and
time.
you're like, oh, that's why for this and
Mhm.
because of this reason.
Yeah.
Well, if I get
I
it
did that
spoiled the
with
first
I
time,
did
I
that
just
with
can't do
Stranger
that.
Things a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, and it's fire, but so like whatever. He's explaining it to me, and it's about North Minneapolis High School. They're the Polars.
Hmm.
Um, they like right after George Floyd happened, that big situation, all the riots and stuff like that. They played football or whatever, you know what I mean? And so it was about like their season, and it was talking to them about like whether it be police brutality or just the shootings and
The
deaths
gang
that happen around there.
wars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, it was really good. Um, Occasionally it was kind of weird where it was like so in the middle that it was like uncomfortable to watch. You know what I mean? Like it would be pushing really hard on like, yeah, the police are brutalizing us, et cetera, et cetera. And then all of a sudden it would be like quick turn and it'd be like, hate the police. They're so nice. They
Yeah.
just try to help you. You know what I mean? And that was a little weird, but I think the overall concept of it and the view of like these young players, 15
It's
to,
15,
to
16,
18,
14 years old. Yeah.
yeah, they're like, you're seeing their perspective of everything that's happening. And they're a whole different breed of like people now. You know what I mean? Like young people now, they're just different. They're so like, I don't know. They just don't
They're
have the
more
same moral compass as us.
like woke in the area of
Hmm.
these serious situations that like I wouldn't have thought of when I was
Right.
a sophomore in high school.
Yeah. And but it's like crazy. I think you'll see this. I don't know what episode you're on. Did you only watch that first one?
I'm on episode 4, but I just started episode 4.
Yeah. Okay. So I feel like in 3 or 4, um, it started talking about like and they were talking about gang violence, and they were like, before a kid could just like walk around, you know what I mean, and like no one's gonna fuck with him because he's a kid,
Mhm.
no one cares about that. But now it's like people kill people for no reason. Before you killed people for territory, for
Yep.
this, that, and the other thing,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
now
yeah.
it's just bump into a dude on the street, bah bah.
He
You know what I'm
said,
saying?
yeah, he said when I was younger, obviously there were these gangs and this violence and stuff,
Hmm.
but it was over territory, uh, and just like because that's your territory is your money. That's where you
Hmm.
make your money. He said nowadays a kid will see a kid, but they don't like what they see, so
Right?
they shoot him anyways.
Yeah.
So he said it's.
Or like
He
or
said,
like he was talking about how like they'll just shoot each other because they were talking shit on Instagram
yeah, he
or they
said
said some shit on Snapchat.
this guy beefed with my homie on Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shot his ass dead.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And it's like it's a different breed of like gang violence now. Now it's just like human life. They don't give a fuck. They don't care what you are. If you talking shit, you're gonna hit,
yeah.
which is crazy. But it's a super good show. I recommend watching it. It's on Showtime.
It's pretty
Boys
good.
in Blue.
I'm
It's just a crazy perspective.
I like the part where like it really gets your brain thinking is question 2 on that questionnaire is abolish the police.
Hmm.
That whole thing was like a huge debate.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't know about anybody else. I think that question's bogus.
I promise you, I could change your mind on this in 2 minutes flat.
2 minutes of
Yeah.
why we don't need police.
Why we should abolish the police and
To be,
what that actually means. Okay, right? So the police, do everything. You know what I mean? If you're a pregnant woman and your husband's beating you, you call 911. They send the
Mhm.
police. They show up with guns, scissors, mace, all that shit. You are a child and you're getting kidnapped. Call 911. The
Mhm.
police come and try. Your home is robbed. Call the police. Any situation that there is, mental health situation, you call the police. Social worker situation, you call the police. But is that what it should be? Nah, that is absolutely not what it should be. Like if there's a fire, the fire department comes. If there's a problem with kids where they're in an unsafe situation, you should call 911 and they should send social workers. If
Mhm.
there is a mental health situation where someone is going crazy, you know what I mean, whether they got a knife or whatever, you need to have a mental health professional come or show up. Officer, but the police officer cannot be the person controlling the situation. It needs to be a mental health professional. And then if violence starts ensuing, then you have the police officer who is there in the background, not doing shit other than waiting. You have them take over the situation and control it. You also need to have like police officers that like specialize in traffic stops, do traffic stops, not police
Yeah.
officers that straight up just want to pull out a gun or pull out a taser and escalate the situation. Like simple. Oh, you didn't have your blinker on. Here's a fucking ticket. Pay $100 because you broke the rule. Oh, here's this. You fucking money. Not, well, your seatbelt was off. Get in the fucking car. You know what I
Time
mean?
to die.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just like there needs to be specific situations, like different, instead of just a police station, a fire station, we should have a mental health expert area. We need to have a social, have these different groups. And so that's what abolishing the police actually is. It's not just getting rid of the police and then being like, all
Yeah.
right, do whatever the fuck you want. It's like reorganizing the police's job groups and letting people who specialize at those specific situations take over those and be able to control those so that it's not just the police. Because the police, like in all honesty, is like systematically terrible. Like it was
Yeah, it's
created for a
corrupt.
bad reason and
Yeah,
it's been corrupt for a very long time. So it just needs to be done. We need to rename police. We need to restructure how we get shit done and who does it. It shouldn't just be the police.
yeah. In the show, they really pushed it to being we don't need police at all. Like
Yeah,
burn down,
that was that one guy.
burn. Yeah, the guy running for counselor
Hmm.
or city hall or some shit.
Yep.
But his perspective was like we don't need police at all. There should be no police ever again. They're terrible. All they want to do is kill minorities. But like obviously that's what you explained. Obviously
Yeah.
that's what that should be.
Well,
But
one thing about him is he doesn't really explain like what he plans on doing. But you saw
I
that one
know,
dude
yeah,
with the shaved head and the dreads, right?
I think so.
He was only on for like a little bit. You might not have even seen him yet. I think he might be only in the 4th episode, but he talked like a lot about exactly what happened, and he like that's his whole goal. Like all he wants to do is make this happen. And I was really talking to Josh before that dude came up. We were watching together, and he was like, "Yeah, bro, we should not." I literally said exactly what I said to you, type shit, and he was like, "Oh, that's smart as fuck." All of a sudden, the dude with dreads came on and said the exact same shit I said, and Josh was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," type shit. You'll meet him, and he's like smart as fuck. He literally has a whole plan in place. He knows what like needs to happen.
Yeah, like when they were at like uh the debate place with like the high schoolers,
Yeah,
the kid literally asked him, "What is your plan to protect the citizens
yeah,
after you abolish the police?" He goes, "Oh, we'll figure that out." So
right.
he doesn't have a plan yet. He doesn't
Yeah,
have a plan yet, and he's like he said wasn't surprised he lost that race, but that's probably the main reason why.
Right.
Is
Just because
because
he
he didn't
would
have a
not give his plan. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like he might have had a plan. I just feel like with politics, it becomes so much different than like, here's what I want to do. You know what I mean? Like if I were to run for like office or whatever, and I'd be like, okay, I want to abolish the police and I want to set up this new system of how we handle justice in America. Because the only way that I could get that passed is like
He's gone. He's got a phone call.
is if I were to like compromise on certain things. You know what I mean? Because you need other people who don't agree with you completely. You need them to back you a little bit. So I feel like he kind of probably had to compromise on some things and didn't want to like tell to compromise on. You know what I mean? And he just wanted to get it done so he could like, I don't know, start his reform.
Yeah.
But you just gotta tell people what's going on, honestly. Otherwise, you're just not gonna win.
It's a good show. It's only 4 episodes. Each episode is about 50 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the part where they lose and they don't go to the U.S. Bank Stadium.
Oh, so like right early in the fourth.
Yeah. And then the dude is out hunting with that guy, and he's asking what his plan is after football.
Okay.
So I'm right there. I haven't met
Bro,
dude.
Just wait 10 more minutes. Shit's about to go crazy.
And then the part in the barber scene where that one video where the cops run to that guy's house and they shoot him.
Yeah.
And then they have a huge debate about
flaming debate.
They were screaming.
Yeah.
But the one thing I like about that scene was it was about 5-10 minutes of them just screaming at each other like, if I was in that situation, obviously I'd shoot him. You reach for a gun. Like, but you didn't give enough time. He's like, blah, blah, blah. They're screaming at each other. And then after they're done screaming at each other, the guy's like, all right. They just move on with their lives. I feel like that's how you have a debate. I can't do debates with people because they just piss me off.
Right.
Because one, they don't let me talk. I'll get cut off a lot. My biggest pet peeve is being interrupted. And it's like if I'm talking to you and I'm trying to prove a point and you're like, no, it's just wait. And I'm like, I want to punch you in the face. And then I'm gonna go to jail for punching me in the face. Like that kind of debate, they were letting each other talk. Mm-hmm. They would the one guy with the dreads would say something.
Not letting each other talk. They were at like one point they were just screaming at each other like together.
The dude got up, finished his haircut. He was like,
if you take that long cut of my hair, I'm beating your
he said, if you take an hour on my hair, he's like, it took you an hour and a half to do a top fade.
Right. They had a couple of arguments in that barbershop about different situations. Like there was one with that one cop who thought she had her taser out. And then they talked about that one where I can't remember.
For what?
That got shot in their home during that invasion.
I don't remember his name either, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, they talked about a couple of those, and I mean, it was just so funny every time the cop, right? His perspective on it was just so bogus every time. I don't know. Like,
and it really put the kids in a weird situation too, because they've been taught the cops are bad.
Yeah.
They hate the cops, but then their coach is a cop. And
right.
They're like, it's iffy. As one of the kids was like, I like you as a coach, I don't like you as a cop.
Right.
Which is like a weird place to put them in. But it's a good show. I'm gonna finish it today.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I mean, I think that's just about it.
Yeah. Anyways, we're about to go stream. This video is probably gonna be posted while we're streaming. I'm gonna try to edit this in between games. I do have a special message for Slim Cheese. Give me my goddamn money.
Give him his money. This Slim Cheese guy is broke as fuck. He don't got a dime, bro.
If you don't know what we're talking about, watch the stream. Okay.
Watch the stream.
Slim Cheese owes me $15.
About to be 50.
About to be 50. All right.
Comment, subscribe, notification bell. Something else comment 2 more things. Go listen to the Spotify so that we can fucking hate you.
Watch stream.
See ya.